Okay, what do you got?
We saw JVJ out there, Jackson Powers Johnson, but he didn't see him practice much. Is he dealing with something?
He got hit in the ribs. He got punched in the ribs, and he tried to practice with it, and it's just sore. He's fine.
You haven't seen Adam Butler out there for the last 2 days?
He's got a family issue that he's dealing with. He went home.
And my follow-up, Geno Smith was seen at the Seahawks game making an obscene gesture, like at a fan with a sign.
Did you see what the sign said?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Next question.
Talk about today, the line, there were several penalties on the
Yeah, we got real sloppy at the end there. That was a move of the ball period, and that's what I was talking to him about. That was not a good performance by us at all, finishing the day. We had a really good, hard-hitting day, and then we just got real sloppy at the line of scrimmage. It was a bunch of young guys, and we just need to do better with the cadence with them to help them along.
What can you gain out of joint practices when there's not going to be the physicality?
There's not going to be the physical. When there's not going to be the physical, it's going to be physical. It'll be a physical practice. We're just not tackling. So it'll be the kind of tempo. They can't practice any harder than we're practicing. But it's just good to just see other people, other schemes, see how we match up, that kind of stuff, and take that information in.
Coach, seemed like there's a lot of guys out in the football field today. Do you feel like there's a way to sense that today?
Yeah. I thought the day really was about the energy of it, and it was good. It was a good day.
Development as an offensive lineman for someone who hasn't played football before.
Yeah, it was important to me to celebrate the fact that he's playing his first football game of his life, and so you see him go out for the coin toss, and just representing the Rooks, with the other veteran captains that were game captains. And the fact that he played in the game and did some positive things, that's a long, long ways to come. Most of us played football when we were 10 years old. He started a couple months ago. And so it was exciting to see him do something and have fun out there. And I saw a little subtle celebration after a good block. And to me, it's a real treasure just to watch him just develop. He's very elusive. He's got real good quickness, natural movement that involves him in the running game and the passing game. And so we're just trying to get enough plays with him so that we can kind of figure out where he is. But he has made really good showing so far.
For taking this job, and what has he shown you?
I didn't know him. I saw him on the roster when I looked at the board the first time, and he has really been like kind of the epitome of a great competitor so far. All the way through the lead in, through the OTA sessions and all of that, he always stood out with his effort and his finish and all of that. He's been a kind of a prized part of the special teams because of his attitude and the intensity that he brings, and then he's showing it in the games. He showed it in the mock game too. Both chances that he's had, he's made a big statement that he's fighting for a place on this team.
How much will special teams weigh into? Not just him, but like a lot of those. For sure.
It does weigh in. It just depends by situation, but it is crucially important, sure.
You play in the practice and you have a lot of penalties. How do you go about cleaning that up?
Well, you get after them first off, like we did, and then we have to make sure that we work together. Like I said, a bunch of those were the young guys, and we were still hard counting and doing all of the intricacies of our cadence. We didn't jive together. We have to mix better and make sure that we take care of those guys, know who you're working. We worked ourselves instead of working the defense today.
Is that more film work, or is that both film and field?
It's repetitions. It's just repetitions over a long period of time, getting right.
When you look at your roster, there's a lot of guys where it's or where there's a lot of competition. Are you happy with how the competition's going? Do you wish there was more? What's your thought process?
No, I'm always looking for more competition, but it is apparent that in all different phases of our team, we have guys that are battling to push to get their spots, and we're trying to give them opportunities with the higher group, to show that they can match up and all of that. I mean, it's exactly what this program is all about, and so the more competitive we can make it, the longer I can keep the competitiveness alive. We don't need to make any big decisions right away. We'll take our time at it and let it continue to factor in. Guys coming into the program, a new guy comes in today, Edmonds comes in today, that guys take note of that. They know that we're still looking. We're still trying to get this as competitive as we can possibly get. So we'll be pushing that way forever. But right now it's really apparent.
End of practice at the goal line. There were some guys out there that may not make this team, and your starters were cheering like the Raiderettes. I mean, is that what you're talking about when you're looking for competition? You got starters on there rooting guys that may not even make the team, but that's the battle.
Yeah, let me give you a statement would be if you want to play on a great team, you need to be a great teammate. And being a great teammate is given to the guys that you play with, and feeling that responsibility. And so they're demonstrating that while they have their opportunities, and it just feeds off one another, and we need to continue to call for it and until they feel it and they embrace it and it's theirs. And so that's what we're working at gaining.
Competition and making decisions. How quickly do you feel like you need to figure out who the starting five is going to be on that O-line?
What was that? What was the
Starting five for the offensive line. Like, when are you guys going to have to make a decision? Do you feel like there's any time that?
No, we got a long time. We got a month before we start playing real games, and maybe we don't figure it out by the start of the season, and we're rotating then. It just needs to declare when it declares, but it's good for all of us. It's good for those guys to be battling and knowing, looking around, and saying somebody else is going to take my spot if I don't play well on every play that I get, and that's the mentality we're looking for.
Are you seeing what you wanted to see from Jackson Powers-Johnson?
Yeah, he's definitely a physical football player, and at the guard spot, playing next to Jordan, it showed up, and it seemed to be a bit of a factor. We need consistency. We need those guys working together. Jordan's coming a long way at the center spot, but he played a really solid game right out of the chute. So you notice that we played him a lot, and we played almost, I think, to halftime, and that was to just give him enough reps so that we could have stuff on film and that we could work from. Same with JPJ.
At 73, you still call this your first day of school, which I love, but what are you still learning this season?
What am I still learning?
Yeah, is there anything new? I'm sure you have
It's almost a moment-to-moment process of trying to figure out a better way to communicate, a better way to do something better, how to communicate with the coaches so they can reach their players, learning the coaches still, learning the players still. That's just an ongoing process, and that's why all of the competitive situations we put them in, I think it gives us more opportunity to learn who they are, and that's so that eventually we can embrace who they are and help them, be the best they can possibly be. Hey, by the way, this was a great showing by our fans today. It was really fun to see them out. There was over a couple thousand people here today, and you could feel it, and the players could feel it, and they were excited to be playing for them, and it was great to see. Appreciate that.
Off the field chemistry translate to on the field?
Say this, the first part of the question.
How does the off the field chemistry translate to on the field? Like how
Everything counts. Everything is a competition in my mind. It's trying to do something as well as you can possibly do it. Being a good teammate, being connected, communicating with your teammates, communicating with your coaches. All of those are decisions that we can make, and we can act on them. And to me, it's all connected. So. Rule number one in the program is always protect the team, and that's about your conscience. And that your conscience, it takes into account everybody that you're dealing with. So, so I'm looking for all of those kinds of illustrations we can find.
Is Alex Kappa dealing with anything significant? We haven't seen him perfect.
He's got a rib something. It's a crack or something like that we're just making sure that he gets back. So it's pretty subtle injury, but it does take a little while, and it's hard to to even take a breath at times. So he's coming back and feels pretty good about it. It's not a long-term deal at all. Good?
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right. Questions for Zach?
What's your take on the way Patrick Graham calls the defense?
I love how he calls the scheme. Coach Pat, he's always aggressive. As a caller, we have an athletic front, so he likes to. We play technique at times, but he likes to put in things that help us move around and make plays, spike gaps and stuff, get penetration up the field. So I like him as a play caller.
You look at the defensive line from last year now to this year, how much has the continuity of the group been able to help now moving forward?
I say, man, we've really been gelling as a group. We were close as a group last year, but I feel like even this year, we got some new rookies in, and we brought them in, welcomed them into the family. We got some new additions as well this offseason, and I feel like everybody's really been gelling together. And, I feel like what you build off the field really carries over to the field. So I feel like continuity of the group been great, like all camp.
Talk about those rookies, those guys that you've been able to take underneath your wing, and really just appreciate their game so far.
Really, I take all the guys under my wing, especially in the D tackle group, Tonka, JJ, even the undrafted guys, Trev, Tank, Big Tank. So, those guys been great. They just come every day with their head down, work. They ask a lot of questions, so I think they've been great for us.
It looks like you guys were doing some new tackling drills out there today.
Yeah.
What were they, and how did that help you and hopefully help you this week?
Well, they like to do tackling circuits often. I feel like that first game, you probably see a lot of missed tackles from a lot of teams, just first live game hitting and stuff like that. So I feel like we continue to do tackling circuits, and even like in our team drills and stuff today, you seen guys like thudding up and wrapping up more just to get that feel. So when we play on Saturday, like it's second nature. We tackling better and everything.
Off the topic of practice, but the smelling salts ordeal, do you have any comment on it?
I mean, I'm not like a big smelling salt guy, you know what I'm saying? At first they told us that it was banned, like, for good, but then we found out from the NFLPA that it's just banned. Like, the team can't give it to us, so, like, if guys still want to have it, then we can have it ourselves. They just can't give it to us. But, like, I'm not a big smelling salt guy, but, like, some guys can't play the game without their smelling salt and stuff like that. So, I don't have a problem with it, but it's good for some guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Shedrick Jackson, whenever you're ready. Shedrick, you've gotten a lot of work with Cam. What has he shown you throughout camp so far?
Cam's been good, coming in as a young dude, just getting his opportunity, getting the reps, and he's taking advantage of all of them.
How's it been going for you? How would you describe what your camp's been like, the preseason opener?
Yep. I'll say same thing, kind of, just still being kind of new to the Raiders, get my chance to show what I can do with no new coaching staff, and it's been going well so far, with the practices before the game, and then obviously doing what I had to do in the game to take care of business.
It's a new organization for you, but not for the family.
Right.
Uncle Bo giving you any advice or anything about what to expect here?
Yeah, we've talked a little bit. He gives me advice whenever I need it, and he's always there to help me, be there as like somebody to give me words of encouragement and keep me on the right path. So it's always good to have.
What do you know about his career with the Raiders?
I mean, obviously I've seen some of the highlights, not too much, but guys that have been here when he was here, they tell me about it all the time, and just we laugh and joke about it. So it's pretty cool to walk around the same building that he's been in, around the same people. So it's been very cool.
Sorry, how did today go for you, just overall? Sorry, I didn't hear your first answer.
Yeah, today was smooth. I mean, getting back out here in the heat, full pads, that's how you play football. So you got to get used to the elements. Luckily, we got the nice Allegiant Stadium to play in, so we ain't got to deal too much with this heat. But, it's always good to get out here with the guys, compete, and just build that relationship, build that chemistry.
What are you hoping to build upon going into this week as you get ready to face the Niners?
Yeah, just build consistency, continue to build that chemistry. First time playing with all of these quarterbacks, the O-line, everybody else, so it's been fun, and it's been a great opportunity.
New staff and everything. What's your take on Chip Kelly's offense and kind of how it creates space for you guys?
Yeah, it's a little bit different. We kept it simple so far, game plan-wise, going into the games. But he has a lot of exciting stuff, so we'll see what that takes us this season.
We saw after practice you were taking some extra reps with some of your fellow wideouts. What is the camaraderie like in that room, and how you guys are competing, but you also want to be good teammates? How do you kind of balance that?
Right, that's something that I've always taken pride in, just trying to get better myself. And when I'm going over there to get better, somebody's coming with me. So I take somebody with me, and the young guys you're talking about, Tron, number 85, he does his thing every day. We go out there and get our reps after practice, before practice. So those small reps, they add up over time, and they help you get a lot better.
You're not new to this league, but the way that you performed in that preseason game, is there any sigh of relief that you feel like, okay, I caught this, just getting that under your belt?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, no matter what year I'm in. I kind of did it my first year, my rookie year in the preseason, made some plays. So kind of, that same feeling. It was real fun and exciting, so I'm looking to do it again.
How would you describe what you bring, your skill set, what you bring to the team?
Yeah, I try to make as many plays as possible. As a receiver, that's what you want to do, especially the ones down the field. Those are exciting ones, and that's what you look forward to playing receiver. Just when you're going deep, catching over the middle, the run after the catch, everything about it is just exciting for me.
Too simple to kind of label you as a speed guy or a possession guy, or is it, how would like?
Yeah, I've tried to pick up on the run after the catch part, yards after the catch. So that's something I've always worked on. Yep.
Raiders fan?
No.
No. What was your team?
I really didn't have an NFL team. You know, I'm from Alabama, so yeah, I was just like Auburn pretty much. I started going for the Saints at one point, but that's about it.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yep.